Gamers, we are live. Sweet. Guys, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday, and if I have... Ah, gosh. I have two wonderful partners, and they got me the two games I probably wanted the most. I got a physical copy of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and a physical copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, and I am so happy with it. I am so happy with it. I don't think... Ron, thank you so much for the half birth. Actually, hold on. I want to check something real quick. Thanks. Okay, hold on. So, I think, you know what? I'm gonna do something real quick. I know that I'm currently set to magic, but I'm gonna fuck around and find out. I'm gonna fuck around and find out real quick. This should be good, right? Because what I have here is... Right? Okay. If I have this correct... I think I do. So I have my Switch right here, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. Make sure that's G. I'm gonna, you know what? Like today's stream is already worked by me doing this, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's okay. It's the end of the season. It's the end of the season for Magic. I was gonna work on the Mastery Pass, but like, hold on, give me a second. Hold on. How much charge do I have on my battery right? 62%? Should actually. So what if we instead did it like this, where hook this. This is the... You looked away, now there's no visual because you know what? I'm going rogue. I'm going so heckin' rogue right now. I'm actually going to take the power cord that I usually use to keep my phone running during stream, and I'm going to apply it directly to my forehead. Going to... that. There was another thing. Another thing I wanted. I can't because I don't remember how I had it set up. Okay, so like, get this, guys. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just like I said, just like I said, and I want to play it. I want to play my Dungeon Dice Monsters, but I completely forgot how I had my Twitch streaming set up. I forgot how the how I had the cord set up for this. So part of what I guess I'll be doing tomorrow is setting it up. Pardon the visuals real quick. Did I get arena going again? There we go. So I guess. Everything's falling apart. It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Ah, my wife is playing Refined Self. It's a very good game. I guess I'll just... There we go. Alright, so I guess, no Maverick style doesn't play for me. Nothing of the sort. That is just magic, but like... I've got to kill like 25 of my opponent's creatures. You know what that means. It means I'm just playing Colossus for a little bit. And it's like... I'm doing this just to make sure we fill out daily, and there's no joy in that. There's no joy in dailies. Right, hold on. What? This is Unctus Grand Medic Tech. 2/4. He's a combo piece. I guess we'll hold on to this. Maybe I should have like grabbed. I don't know. Maybe I should have just like switched to Nova Drift and just been like, you know what? I just want to yap. I just want to yap and like hang out and chill. And Magic has historically been a little difficult for me to do that, if only because I spend so much time actually doing train of thought stuff. Like train of thought stuff where we just go, okay, well, you know what the opponent's gonna play. We know what we're gonna play. We know that we want this Cavern of Souls, so we can go ahead and get this Colossus to resolve. And oh my god, are you actually trying to go for a Time Stream Navigator? That is so bigly of you. Have an untapped artifact creature. That's this mana, alright. I think I'm actually see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, though. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I need to get this Colossus down ASAP, because against control decks, it's like... Yeah, okay, activate abilities or artifacts you control cost 1 less. This is exactly what I'm... This is exactly what I'm saying, dog! Dog, this is exactly what I'm saying. I can do this till the cows come home. Other artifact creatures get 1/1. I want to get you down, like... But I also want to make sure that they just don't get a chance to, like, pop off. Like, I need to kill that ace. You know what? No. You get Colossus down, you get Colossus down, and then you can start winning afterwards. And, like, you just pray that you exist for one turn cycle into the future where the ability to respond to your opponent's plays is a thing of the present. See, now they're just, like... 2 permanents away. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, and then they just get to like grab everything, and that's perfectly okay with them. Having the strangle though. That's pretty nice. Go ahead, we can grab. We want to make sure that we have just like mana. With 1 mana they can have like a spell pierce. Because we can go Pyroclasm, that puts 1 and 2 left. I would love to get a Chandra reveal. So... let's go... Fiery Annihilation, get rid of Unctus. Ah, okay, they're gonna crack a clue response. Sounds pretty good. I'm okay with that. The Time Stream Navigator. It's like, what? 1 permanent away? We can get rid of the Gadgeteer, make sure they don't draw. Power Class and deals with the Navigator. Like, we're playing with fire by leaving the Navigator up. And see, that's exactly what I mean. I love streaming Magic. I love talking about Magic. I love talking about the different builds and the different play lines. And ideally, that's what people are getting when they hang out with me. Like, it's just, you know, it's good shit. Also, you know, if they're looking at bouncing the class, then we need, like, 1 more land drop in order to go Chandra into Colossus again. Reality Chip. No, that is, like, a play that they can... And then there's Agnes Cauldron, so that way they can just, like, exile stuff, and now Colossus never actually gets damage down. I mean, yeah, that's how you win the Time War. And this is how you lose the time. Well, hold on. Do we want to use we want to hold Exquisite Fireclap for Unctus, right? Still want to play Chandra. Hold on. You know what? Let's see if we can get them. I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit the chip. What they're gonna do is Agatha's Soul Cauldron to save the reality chip, and then we pop our Pyroclasm. That lets us get 2 creatures for the price of 1. Unless they very specifically have a Spell Pierce, but like now it's all gravy. Meanwhile, the Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I don't know if there's like an actual combo per se. Might be an Unctus thing. Kinda depends. I really want to eat this time humor. And like this is all great and all, you know? You can go ahead and hang out and you can study. You can get the very autistic experience of listening to a gal. Get her out of here. Just listen to a cow, talk about this and that. Yep. 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 And like, hey, you know what? Understandable. Have a wonderful day.
I knew you needed my help.
Yes, Chandra, I do need your help, actually. I need your help a lot. I need to draw into something that deals with Agatha, because currently it is, cucking my win condition here. But like, you know what? We're here to kill things, not...
We're done here.
We're just here to farm kills. So honestly, they may continue to use the Soul Cauldron if that is their desire. We're just going to hold this Firecraft to deal with Unctus specifically. Although I guess it doesn't actually deal with Unctus now, does it? No, it really doesn't. There's a Buried Ruin. This is what? Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. This is going to be a very frustrating game, isn't it? Like, it already is. I wasn't expecting the Soul Cauldron to be the thing that, like... You know, I wasn't expecting the Soul Cauldron to be the eyelash that gets in your eyelid, but here we are. Alright, so you do get the reality chip. And then just like before... it's only creatures, right? Yep, okay. Let's go ahead and make them make a token now. Make them make a token now. Becomes an artifact creature, makes tokens over time. That's honestly much more devastating. This is also just kind of problematic because now we're looking at... Well, I'm grabbing a forest first of all. I think the Soul Cauldron is also just like straight up tapped out, so sure. At some point, we're going to draw artifact removal. But again, we're here to farm win. We're here to farm kills, not necessarily win the game. If I go this game and I have killed 25 of their creatures, well then hot damn by George. Let's see, this has what? As long as this artifact is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all lands in all graveyards. That is interesting. That is going to have exactly what, one thing? Escape to the wilds. That's pretty hot. Alright, hope we hit an untapped land, I guess? Hey, a braid. You love to see it. And this just searches for any land? Yeah? Yeah. Gonna braid. We can get rid of the Act of the Soul Cauldron once and for all. Like, I'm living the Miller High Life right now. We've got Lithomantic Barrage in case they want to play Unctus. Mizium Mortars and Bolt. Bolt can go straight to their face. I mean, like, even if they have counter magic. Not like ideal, you know? Are they going to try and preemptively use the Cauldron? They could be. K2 sack, destroy target land. That would be about all the safe house has. Okay, so like it has reconfig. Oh, it has the untap ability for extra turns now. But they don't have Ascent. And they don't have the city's blessing. I mean, sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab out Field of Ruins. Make sure we have some extra mana. First things first. I mean, if they have the counter magic for it. Alright, everything is gone now. This is what? Or 2? We don't have to pay the ward cost here. Alright, so that's gone now. Just bolt their face. Life is a dream. Life is a fantasy. I mean, clearly they're trying to win through something to do with lands. It's amazing, though. They got all these? Oh my god, wait. Why did... Oh, they grabbed Arch of Orzka. Okay. And this is what? Descend 8 to begin your upkeep if there are 8 more permanent cards in your graveyard transform. There's currently 5. Whenever you cast a permanent with the mana used for this land, up to one other target permanent you control becomes a copy. I mean, not ideal, but not fantastic. Although they do have like just steady card draw with the Arch of Orzka now. Oh, and they're going to use the safe house to grab another land. Okay, so this is like true mono blue control, I guess. Adventus Fair, Steady Life Gang. What do we want to grab? Get rid of Agatha's Soul Cauldron immediately, I guess. Like, that's just the land that they are never allowed to have. Go ahead, tap you, sack you. I guess otherwise I've had a pretty great birthday, though. I mean, like, in the sense that I got a lot of well wishes, I got a couple of wonderful gifts, but I spent most of the day just, like, working, and then I recorded the next Brewers Lab too. Oh my god, what is this? Discard a card, look at the top X. X the number of artifacts you control, put 1 into your hand, the rest on the bottom. So, like, they just have gas for days. Days and days and days and days. Again, I know we're not here to, like, win per se. Our win condition is, in fact, just, like, getting this taken care of. Ooh, Chromox, okay. And then this discards cards, which feeds the ever-flowing well. That's a creature. Beginning of your upkeep, huh? And then this is just X the number of artifacts you control? Yeah. Adventurous Fair is grabbing, what, Paradox Engine? I feel like it's Paradox Engine. Need to grab... Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the One Ring. Yeah, that would work. Fortunately, Clothis does not worry about that. No, it keeps him from, like, losing stuff. 7. Like, abusing more artifacts, I guess. So they don't take the damage. Our Light of the Sage doesn't do anything. Just chill. I mean, they're gonna draw plenty of cards. You know, sometimes I watch Northern Lion and I think, this guy knows exactly what it's about. He's out here playing, you know, Flisbee's Bling Blonde for like the 12th straight hour. And he's just chill about it. Just straight up chill. Whenever you draw a card during the opponent's turn, you make a tentacle. Whenever a tentacle you control dies, untap up to 1 target Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 target non-land. There's an End the Festivities. That, like, deals with a tentacle. I'm not worried about the tentacles. I can play the End of the Festivities till next turn. Untap with the one, put a stun counter on up to, like... That's whenever you draw a card, right? So then next turn they can just make a lot more tentacles. Need to really... use my targets here. I could do 3. I can do 4 more. 3, 7, 8. I need like 1 more damage to get rid of the Watcher. They've got like 6 permanents in their graveyard too, so like I need to worry about that to some degree. I've even got, you know, the best thing about my birthday, the ice cream cake, obviously. I just love ice cream cake, but it's so fucking expensive. I can only ever have it like once a year. And that's the honest truth. Like, ice cream cake is... Oh, wait, no. They're just going to try and dig through an answer now. That's bold. Bold move, Cotton. I mean, I guess if they got the Vault. Good old Cypher. Untap or untap target permanent, then you may tap or untap another target permanent. Go ahead and hit the token very specifically so they can't just Cypher onto it, I guess. We haven't even, like, hit our Chandra yet. If we hit Chandra, it's gonna be real good. Like, they do get to draw extra cards off the One Ring. The One Ring is actually gonna kill them, probably before we even get a chance to. I feel like that's about right. They could also just, like, draw cards on our turn to continue to get more tentacles. Thrill of Possibility. We really need to make sure that we're eating, like, cards. And let's see, they would make 3 tentacles. End the Festivities. 1 damage to them, speeds up the clock. They can draw cards in order to untap the Watcher faster. They chose not to, though. No, they're just gonna draw more off the One Ring, which will make them a couple of tokens. Make them like 3 tokens. What is the priority that's being held right here? Is it just waiting for, like, the Watcher to be put on the stack? Maybe. I'm kind of impressed, actually. This ice cream cake had a Pikachu drawn at it, probably by one of the employees. The opponent has to realize that they're the ones on the clock here. The awkward part is going to come to when I actually have to start exiling lands out of the graveyard. Make sure that the ever-flowing well just like stays offline. They do lose like 3 life here. That is at least a fourth of their life total. Oh, okay, there we go. It was probably just lag. It was probably just lag. They could play Unctus and they could attack with all the tokens. That's going to be a lot. Going to be a lot of untaps. All right. They bats my creature. I'm done. I'm probably never getting that to resolve. Come on, that was only like 10 creatures. What the hell? That's the problem. That's the problem with getting matched up against control decks. You just never get a chance to actually kill stuff. Metacant, I think, works. We've got Sweltering Suns to deal with Metacant. Tectonic Hazard deals with a lot of their tokens. This is bad. Oh, it's a 1/2. Okay, so they're actually just... gonna give us a creature to kill right away. Fantastic, I love it. Amazing. Sylvan Scrying next? Sylvan Scrying sounds about right. Do you want to play Medicant this turn to get the engines going? I want to Incinerary Flow to make sure you don't have and creature. Like, this is not a control matchup. This is a, you want to vomit out a lot of artifacts and you want to have a ton of ways to, like... Simulacrum Synthesizer is actually problematic, believe it or not. Like, we're gonna need to really draw good here. And because they're in white, they could always, you know, exile Clothis and set us back quite a bit there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Give her the runes. That's pretty good there. Be a shame. Would be a damn shame. Let's see. Let's just double check something real quick. 3, 1, 2. I would love to get the Sylvan Scrying online, but that's just not gonna happen. I can't cast the Sweltering Suns here. I can't. Oh my god! I burnt this up so bad. Sylvan Scrying. I will grab Mountain. I will play Mountain. I will Thundering Rebuke the Giver. And I will pray to God that we didn't just, like, completely punt that away. Because no double red source for the Sweltering Suns is the real killer here. Emery, you say? Now that's interesting. Let's see, it's going to be 1, 2, 3... Yep, the lifelink on the 5/5 is actually insanely good right now. Oh, thank God. I would like to make sure I get some extra value here. And then that also happens to eat the token. Okay, I guess I didn't need to actually, like, eat the token there. But now we just start eating all the other artifacts so they don't just get them back. That sounds pretty good. We don't want to crack that cryptic caves just yet either. I'm just gonna chill. I also have to be careful about losing life on their turn, so we don't want to crack Carplusian Forest if we don't have to. Metacant currently costs 6. Draconic Intervention. What else is in here? Memory. Continue to chill out. And then at the end of the turn, we can draw with Bandit Hall. Actually, the first one of the very rare times that I actually get to do it with Bandit Hall. Riddle Blast. Yep, just continue to eat it up. Eat the Giver of Runes. Like, maybe a Metallic Rebuke is actually more relevant. But no reason to worry about that just yet. Notably, the Bandit's Hall will trigger when we target anything with our spells. Thought Monitor. When this creature dies, they draw 2 cards. That does trigger the Synthesizer too, and the Synthesizer is going to make something that's fairly beefy. It's a 6/6. What do we have in our graveyard? We have 3 mana and a Sculpting Steel, so that way it copies the Synthesizer. That is unfortunate. Now it means that the Synthesizers are just going to be too hot to handle. Okay, let's think about this for a second. We can do 3 damage and then do 3 more damage. These are going to be left at 2/2. They go down to 1/1 because the Thought Monitor is dead. We need... Play with fire. Let's play with fire the Thought Monitor. Specifically so we can get a trigger off the Bandit Hall. And try and draw into more artifact-based removal. I mean, it's not a... Okay, so that's not a primal. Before... Yeah. Okay, let's consider our options here. We can... Draconic Intervention for 3. That's what we can do. We can do it for 3. This needs to be a mountain. We can do it for 3. We can do it for 3. And then we can Tech Edge. Or... That's not going to give us enough mana. Can't do that. Just can't. Actually, it just does not work that way. So we can Brittle Blast 1. Like, Brittle Blast 1... Strangle's an option, I guess. I would like to... Lava Coil... Just doesn't work. So if we Slag Storm for 3 here... I think we have to do that kind of regardless. Then... Like, that's not ideal, but it works. The biggest issue, though, is that any artifact they drop means that they just get more. If you go to Ruin, could be interesting. Let's think. The Razor Tip Bridge is indestructible, but not the Seed of Synod. So let's just go ahead and relax for a second. We'll use this Field of Ruin, hit the Seed of Synod. Oh, that's actually really bad for us. But this is also a problem. The Seed of Synod taps first. I didn't even think about that. Now they just get like a free mana off of me at the end of the turn. Oh my god! Alright, they really went all the way fucking in on the Synthesizers. And like, hey, you know what? I get it. It's a fantastic card. But this is a little ridiculous. I need a Brotherhood End specifically. to deal with this. Like, okay, you know what? Alright. You got me. You got me. You get that. I get forest in case, for whatever reason, there's a Harbinger of the Sea. I think I'm just fucking dead to 3 fucking synthesizers. Okay. Do I have any outs here? I've got Eruption for 5, puts him down to 9. Kinda no, not really. Can I draw Brotherhood's End? That would be that would have been exactly what I needed right then. Small misplay. I should have fetched with the Misty Rainforest first. Not that I think it matters too much. I think I am literally just losing to 3 synthesizers, and like, hey, you know what? That's completely respectable. Not every day that you have to deal with 3 of those fuckers. So can I like kill any right now? Maybe, kind of. I can deal 3. Yep. No, that's GG's. Am I even running Brotherhood End? It's like that would have been a blowout if I did. Where's... By the way, I did record the Brewer's blog earlier today. I am running Brotherhood's End. And as far as like artifact destruction goes, we are running Destructive Revelry is in here. We are running into the cast into the fire. Braid. So like we don't have none artifact removal with left beef. Honestly, Repercussion would have gotten there. If they have so many big creatures, we could have just like fired off all of our removal. Even if it doesn't actually kill them, it still deals massive points of damage that way, and we steal the victory. Like, not impossible. Blood Moon doesn't work, I think. Nah, we just got caught. It looks like. Like we got like 4 things of part of removal. That's fine. We didn't. I still have to kill like 7 more of these heckers. You know, my cake's getting all melted. Wouldn't have to deal with that melted ice cream if I was playing Spider-Man. No, that's a lie. I'd be going down to get my bite, and then I'd be hearing, "Hey, there's a robbery over at the bank," or "high-speed car chase." Spider-Man game is many things, but you know, Relaxing Sunday Cruise is not one of them. Gitrog the Ravenous, factually just a matchup that we never ever win if they have something else on the board. The Fury intrigues me. The Cinderglade is way too slow. Run down the house and Lightning Strike enough here? I don't think it is. I think I need to make sure I try and hit the 3. That feels bad. Yeah, I think that this is just a game where... drawing that Carplusian Forest kind of helps things a little bit, but I think in general, this setup is just incredibly weak. Like, we have a Tectonic Hazard to deal with any other mana dorks, but if they do ramp really hard, specifically that, I'm actually going to play the Spiteful Banditry on... Like, you're going to call me crazy for it, but it helps with our mana production. It might help us keep up with the Gitrog ride. They're gonna foretell the Trailblazer. Alright. So here's how this typically works out. They go ahead and they play Gitrog. After the Trailblazer, they get to redraw off of that. Then they saddle the Trailblazer. They swing with Gitrog. And I am just, like, massively behind the 8-ball right now. Like, I would love to play this Repercussion now, but... And see, here's what I mean by tripping up the... Man, I would love to play Colossus. I don't get to play Colossus. They do get to cantrip off of the Trailblazer, though. And it's going to be a lot easier for me to kill the Trailblazer. I had to think. Do I want to give them access to the Ravenous Ride? I think I have to. But, like, they could very easily have, like, a Tamiya's. I'm going to hit them before they draw. Because the second that the frog hits, it's Jover. It's absolutely Jover. Cindercone Smite. Was I the starting player? I was not the starting player. Alright, so at this point, I'm clear to go ahead and play Colossus. Colossus can start chewing through the graveyard, can start helping to stabilize. We have Storm's Wrath, we have Repercussion and Chandra. None of this actually deals with Gitrog itself. Fight rigging is another problem. It's gonna basically combo with Gitrog to be a free spell. Let's take a look real quick. We can start plushing Chandra. I also need to be able to minus for Chandra. If I grab land, then this works out. And the Repercussion is gonna be our only means to try and beat this Frogger. They have the treasure, they can play the Gitrog, they can just have 7 power and hit us. We have to find a way to deal 6 points of damage to the thing, plus deal with whatever's under the fight rigging. This is a really hard matchup. The Gitrog... It's Galta. Okay. I think they No, they couldn't saddle. So there is that. Alright. We've got Chandra that can deal 4. Spike Hazard that can deal 1. That's not even close to enough. We have Colossus. Colossus can kind of block, but both of these have trample. I maintain that the Gitrog is an unreasonable card. Like, the fact that this thing has trample and haste with all of that text, like whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you sack a creature, you draw X cards, and then put X lands directly onto the battlefield tap. Like, that is... All of that together is unreasonable to me. Just way too hard to, like, deal with it. Like, we already lose to Stompy green decks, but, like, at least most of them lack some sort of haste. You feel like you have a chance to wrath it, and, like, again with the frog. Again with the frog. This only works out if we draw a third land. Like, we have Burning Hands, we have Anger. Salvo is also really good. Destructive Revelry helps out a bit. Only if they specifically have any sort of artifact from camp. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and crack this for a Surveil land. Anything that's not a land is going to get tossed away. That is not a survey. That is not land. That is land. Alright, we're good. We're settled. Now we just have to, like, kill everything on sight until the end of time. And, like, maybe if we're lucky, we played a Santa Claus. You know, he'll come early. He'll come in April. And he'll give me a smart little birthday present. I don't need... right this second, so go ahead and go for the burn, baby, burn. I do have Field of Ruin here in case they drop like a manland or anything like that. Not really worried about Gitrog coming down this turn. Lone Speaker. I want to hold on to Burning Hands for Gitrog specifically. Now, this can animate elementals that the Gitrog can then, you know, eat. We're not running any non-basic hate in play. Right. Get a tapped land out of the way. And then... still don't think I need the additional mana. Here's an Incendiary Flow to get rid of Lone Speaker. If they have any sort of protection, they can use it on the Lone Speaker. But they're almost certainly going to have to tap out in order to protect the Gitch. Target indestructible and haste. Okay. Well, that's something that they're not using to keep the Gitrog around. And we have Anger of the Gods and Brotherhood's End to deal with that. That was fantastic ice cream cake, but like I probably shouldn't be trying to eat my birthday cake while I stream because I just focus way too much on the games. I don't get a chance to like enjoy the cake itself. Let's see. Do I want to counter the frog? Well, one could argue that since I don't have any counter spells in my hand, that I cannot counter the frog. However, these people would be fools. Let's see if they go for it. Because they can tap the Lone Speaker. The Lone Speaker currently taps for mana. If it's just going to be like 6, I think I'm fine with that, actually. Like, what do I care if you hit me for 6, as long as you're not, like, you know, drawing cards. Because we can even end step Burning Hands, then go into Anger or Brotherhood. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Because, like, this is what we want to do we don't really want to hold up the Burning Hands specifically to get rid of the Gitrog in case they have something big. This is going to force them to tap out. Forward Vigor. Yep. That's what I thought. Sorry, we're going to need some... Alright, I guess we're not doing that. I guess I'm just not worried about that today, Star Fox. 4, 5, 6, 7. God, I completely f***ed that up. Fork it up. Boop boop. Because if I had 5 mana, what I was going to do, I guess it's immaterial because every answer I have currently. Yeah. Yeah, that just kind of sucks. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with frogs. And I still have to kill fucking 3 more things. It doesn't count when I exile them. That's the thing. Is that I need to play the Bird Exile specifically so they can't reanimate or they can't do any tricky stuff, because there are a lot of decks that want to recycle their graveyard right now, so you have to play the graveyard, but it doesn't actually help you with the killing mission, does it? It doesn't actually help you say, hey, you know what, you small creatures, you actually have to die. They're functionally dying. Why doesn't it actually like give me the option to do that? And now we're up against Alkist Proth Master Sleuth, which is, you know, blue-white control. We're playing against blue-white control against a deck that is just going to eviscerate me. Because they just don't want to play creatures. And if you don't want to play creatures, well, then I'm not interested in playing against you with this deck. Like, I am here to finish my daily. It's all we want. It's all we want to do. Chat, should I ask my friend to, like, buy me Armor Core 6? Is that a thing that is ethical when I am not 100% sure that I want to play the game? Like, I do. No, let me rephrase that. I know I want to play the game, but I don't know if I'll enjoy the game. Or even more accurate than that, I don't know when I'll get around to enjoying the game, because, like, I got games. Just got 2 great games. And if I ask for another game, then that's another great game that I have. Also, when am I going to get around to playing these games? Ideally, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, because there's only so much Magic in Final Fantasy that I can play before I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to play other games. Speaking of playing other games, hey, this is a token deck. It's a deck that's going to play like an ass load of tokens. Am I prepared to play an ass load of against an ass load of tokens? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I can just, like, make it to the end game. Like, both of these are going to come into play untapped, potentially. Cindercone Smite, but we are on the draw. I would love to turn this fetch land into a surveil land so we can actually fix our draw for next turn. But if need be, I can Virtue of Courage or Burning Hands it. Oh, they're trying to decide. Okay. They could absolutely Mana Tithe me, and that would be pretty bad. It might be worth playing around that. Rootbound. So if I'm playing around a potential Mana Tithe, I'm actually going to use this as a scry so I can try and hit one more land? Kind of like a land. Kind of like a land if you squint hard enough. Alright, so 4 mana. That's a-okay by me. I think this is the point where we can go ahead and play our Clothis. They can always Prismatic. It's going to be the Wandering Emperor. Okay. Wandering Emperor comes in, starts making tokens. I mean, that's fine by me. I can go ahead and burn down the house next turn. Not that I think they know that. Okay. Beza, the Bounding Spring. They do gain some life off that. Not nothing. If they plus and put a counter on Beza, that's when we get into a little bit of trouble. Oh my god, they're actually doing it. Then create a treasure if you weren't the starting player? Well, I was always going to make mana this turn. This is 1 land. Alright, so here's a hot tip. You can go ahead, hit Beza with damage, then we can burn down the house. And then we didn't get Mana Tithe, so I guess they didn't have that. Next turn we can potentially draw we can drop the 1 ring, start burying them in card advantage. We've also got Virtue of Courage, though. Virtue of Courage is pretty hot. Oh, they have the One Ring as well. I mean, at this point, we're just going to be eating a creature to deny them a creature. You know what? I will see your One Ring with the One Ring. And I will also gain the protections this turn. But I think my One Ring is set up to be significantly better than your One Ring. If only because I will be gaining life, you will be losing life. And typically, if we're both losing life, but I'm gaining life and you're losing life, then you're going to be losing life faster than I lose life. Grim Tutor, what could they be grabbing with that? Maybe a Farewell? I mean, that's feasible, right? Because what are they going to do? Remove Clothis and I have to replay Clothis? I mean, I guess that is, like, correct. Oh, I think, like, on model control, maybe? Must be. Let's see. I could light up the stage. Strictly speaking, I'm not going to need to do that for a hot minute. You know what would be funny, though? I think this would actually be hilarious. Target. Like, they went and tutored for something specifically. I would love to see exactly what it is that they tutored for. And Collective Defiance could, like, draw them into something, but if they tutored for something specifically with the intent of stopping my strat... Oh, it was Farewell. Okay, and they do just have, like, removal dot deck. Well, that's always fun to know. So they're playing Extus as a control. Maybe like the it could just be like Awaken the Blood Avatar, I guess. Like you play a bunch of Planeswalkers and make tokens, you use those to sacrifice for the Blood Avatar. This is just what? Sacrifice and then we also lose life? It's kind of all it is. I'm gonna have to like make sure I'm eating any of the spells that really hurt. Like, they could still find a way to exile Clothis. Mardu has plenty of ways to do that. I'm thinking specifically of Prismatic Ending. Alright, so they're going to Dark Writ. Dark Writ, that gives them 7. Search your library for a new card. Okay. Kaya exiles enchantments. Kaya would be incredibly problematic. Trying to think, what else could they grab? Definitely eat the Farewell. The Collective Defiance at least burns them. I could Virtue of Courage to their face. I think it's probably better just to try and draw more answers with the One Ring then. They brought in Dust.
I tire of adults pretending they know how to fix everything.
Okay. So they're gonna make us sacrifice an artifact. That's fine by me. Repercussions is kind of cute. I'm trying to think here. I don't think there's any way for a thing to happen to us. Do we need more mana? I don't think we do. I think I just want to keep pushing game here. I also think we want to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eat the One Ring? Probably eat the One Ring. So if I want to eat the One Ring, we're going to have 5 mana left to play around with. And that's going to have to be spent on... Point Eruption. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's go ahead and play the repercussion. I'm going to Burning Hands. And yeah. And now the One Ring is actually much more of a liability than it was before. Like, they are now down to 5. We can hit him for 2 directly with this. Clothis also hits him down to 2. Puts him down to 1. And they have to have a way to exile either Clothis or the ring. They just die. I mean, we can... Well, Virtue of Courage them directly to their face regardless. Flage is pretty good. They can even recast Flage immediately. That's a really powerful card for them to get. One Ring will drop them by 4 though. And like, we do get to repercussion them to their face. But they can replay Flage. Oh, hey, Blood Moon. Hey, Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle. Let's think real quick. So, we have 4 left over if we want to do that. The braid doesn't work. Hey, Jess. Hey, what is up, Raiders? What is going on here? I think what I want to do is... Yeah, let's just go ahead and start eating some stuff. We'll pop the light of the stage so we can go ahead. By the way, thank you so much, Raiders, for coming in and hanging out with me. I am your friendly local neighborhood hero girl. Lover of all things magical. Oh, by gosh, by golly. So, like, that's actually really good. I could, like, Incendiary Flow and hit them directly to... Actually, hold on, you know what? I think I like this better. Because now, no matter what happens, there we go. That's the game. That's Xaxes. Sweet. We got there. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber. I stream Magic the Gathering and Final Fantasy XIV. I also write a lot of video essays that you can find over on my YouTube channel. I'm currently working on my Brewers blog, and we have some video essays coming out regarding a Dawn Trail review, as well as whether or not Hell Q exists. Spoiler alert, it does not. Hey Jess, how's Marvel Rivals? How's More Rivals? You have a good time? You have a normal time? You let everyone gaze upon the femme booty? Oh my god, are we free? Oh my god, I think we're free. It was Overwatch. Yeah, that's what I said. Marvel Rivals. No femme booty? That's a weird way to spell booty. 350 non-combat damage to players over any number of games. Man, that is so BM. That is so BM. It's an emote that says catch. And have I been freed? I am kind of free. What is this? Still have XP to go before I can actually do anything. Sweet. Great. I did want to play some more sharks, some more white stripes, I guess. Oi! I guess we can play some more white stripes. Also, Jess, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you, thank you. I popped in for the obligatory quack. The quack, by the way, that is a oh my god. Alright, so this is an auto Queen Wisdom deck. This is a deck that can be very, very, very hard to deal with. Especially since we're on draw. A Patriarch's Humiliation actually goes a long way. The real question is... Yep, that's a Paradise Druid. So, how do we want to do this? Let's go Giver of Runes first. Because a Naked Bregon is at risk of getting turned into a small creature with no actual life skills. And then before anything else happens, we're gonna try and like high roll this. That's a land. Okay, but Nadu did in fact get shrunk. Sweet, that's what we want to see. So, how do we want to do this? We'll probably use Giver of Runes as a way to protect Brygon. That's a Tatyava. We don't like Tatyava. But there's also literally nothing we can do about that. Yeah, there's just literally nothing we can do about that. You're just gonna have to, like, ram Brygon in. Ram Brygon in, but also, like... let's see. We're just gonna have to push damage. Like, that's all it really comes down to. How do we want to do this? I don't care if Tatyava gets hit. Let's see. This is protection. Do I play the Iganjo? I probably have to play the Iganjo. Now we just go full ham. And you know what? I think we're just racing. I think we are just racing. They're gonna get life back from the Tatyava. If they have like any sort of actual ramp spells like that, that's gonna help Tatyava dig some more. We really don't have anything to deal with Tatyava herself. They can swim with the Nadu. They're likely gonna just like not. Poison Dart Frog. How do I feel about that? Like, it has reach. Okay, so now they are threatening to just, like, deal me 5. Deal me 5 and try and race. I could accept the challenge and YOLO it. God's willing, punch through green. I think I almost have to be okay with that. Like, if I draw into a Shadow Spear, pretty bog. Start using Brygon, draw Static Prison. That is exactly what we want. We can use that. Get rid of Tatyava. That way they just don't have her available. And then I can, God's willing. I think I have to be super aggressive here, right? Wait. Let's go ahead and see if we can just, like, fucking eat them. Let's see. No? Alright. I have too much reactive stuff. I'm probably going to need to start using this Giver of Runes to start forcing through big damage. This is Hex. This is indestructible. Armor Scrap Gorger. We don't care about that. Lone Speaker. Don't care about that either. We do care about that Nadu, though. Wait, hold on. Sweet. Ooh, can't be blocked by creatures power 3 or greater. Yeah, let's just start using the Giver of Runes offensively, I think. And we don't even have to go that far. Sweet. Yep, so we have enough protection at this point that I think we do start using Giver Runes, go pro green, start swinging in. This only activates as a sorcery to animate land, so we don't have to worry about that. Cheeky House Mouse just kind of is more stuff. Fleeting Flight can could potentially get through Poison Dart Frog if we really need to. That's protection, protection, protection. So start using Cheeky Mouse and Fleeting Flight to just start punching through. But really, the Patriarch's Humiliation is what's big there. And also, now that I think about it, let's see. We can get Curse of Silence in here if it's not already. It is. Okay, sweet. I just recorded the Brawl video today. Maybe I should like wait until after stream, but then again, it was already like 50-50 on whether I was going to stream. Ethereal Armor, God's Willing, Light Shield Parry, Sheltering Light, acceptable hand. I guess Nethroid Apex of Death, this could like very easily be a Soul Sisters life gain style deck. You know what, my wife is playing Refine Self in the background and I love it so much. I could play Satisfactory. Between Final Fantasy and Magic, I gotta be able to have like another third option that can go. And it's always just been like the shorter stuff. I can't play any other like super long games. I think that's the reality of my gaming situation. Like I can go ahead and try games out and I can play them. But I'm not going to be able to commit to another lifelong game. Play Marvel Rivals. Yes. Yes. You got to be home and streaming for me to be able to play Marvel Rivals. Although my wife and I keep saying, oh, we want to play Marvel Rivals. And then we also want to play with our husband. And the issue is just, you know, making sure everyone's home at the same time in order to do that. I know I can play solo. I could play solo. I can do a lot of things solo. Jess, if I'm playing solo, you know what I usually want to do? I usually want to like chill out, listen to a video, and that does happen to be where Final Fantasy 14 comes in, because I can just no brain stuff. But playing like a game and getting involved, that usually ends up being what Magic is. That usually ends up being what story mode for Final Fantasy is. If you're asking me to play Rivals, like I can absolutely key in, but I've played Overwatch. I've played original Overwatch, and like my heart's not ready. My heart is not ready to dedicate myself to another hero shooter. But more importantly than that, I just don't think I can really dedicate to a new life service game. I play Marvel Rivals. It's a fun shooter time, but I think if I want to play a shooter, I'd rather just play Halo right now. Did you know that Halo is a good game? You can play with friends. You can also play it solo. It's actually got one of the better stories of shooters ever. Like Cortana. Cortana is a long favorite standing character of mine. Oh, I was actually playing Halo with my wife before, but then we got into one of those long levels, and she was actually convinced that the game was bugged or something, or that we kept getting turned around. But no, it was actually just a super long level. Oh god. And it just goes back to a time when everything was so clean and simple. You point your gun, you click, and it shoots. No powers, no custom options, no million different skins or anything like that. It's just good, solid shooting mechanics. Now that being said, this does not mean I can't play long games. I can't just play, you know, I can't necessarily dedicate myself to Satisfactory, but I could. Or not dedicate my bike, and like, I can pop in. I can just pop in and do some stuff if I wanted to. But I've also got all those Yu-Gi-Oh games to play now. Trailblazer, Curse of Silence, Fight as One, Static. Let's go ahead and drop Lagon here. I would love to drop Curse of Silence. I mean, if Lagana eats removal, Lagana eats removal. We do just put Bragon out there naked. Chant creature or vehicle +1/+1 and vigilance. Let's see what happens if I target the Trailblazer. They probably just remove it, right? Yeah, we'll name it. I mean, I guess this could be Mana Tithe. If this is Mana Tithe... I guess if it was Mana Tithe, I would have preferred the Aura to be countered. Like, I'm gonna give this one shot to draw into another land, but then I have to jam Bragon, just kind of without question. Opponent's going for the Surveil land. What I found, though, is I adore the really short games. Like, the games that I can play... Oh, God. Am I about to say, like, a 20 to 30-hour game is short? Like, it's kind of true, but it's also kind of not. Am I willing to do that? You know what? Sure. I'm willing to trade here. So, like, they can go ahead and remove Bragon, and I will be sad about that, but I can still push damage with the Trailblazer. They do get to venture into the dungeon. They do get to go into the Mines of Phandelver in order to scry. Yeah, I said the Mines of Phandelver. You know, the old beginner dungeon, beginning module that I started running for my partners. If I get to untap though, then like, oh wait, hold on, they're going Dungeon of the Mad Mage? What? Okay, they have to have removal, right? Yeah, they have to. They have to have removal. There's no way they don't have removal. It's the Flame Mardu. That's like the most removal of removal. Arabella. That's what you got? You got Arab. I mean, I've got Static Prison. That's kind of cool. What about worth that for? She's got to attack, right? Yeah, she's got to attack. So then... Oh, that's Guy in Voice. Yeah, like they have to attack in with Arabella if they actually want her to do it, right? Then we just block and she dies. Yeah, I'm not worried about Arabella. We hold the Static Prison for something that like truly walls us. Have and protection spell. Guiding Voice next turn. Start drawing cards off of Brigoni. Actually, you know what? I just realized. You know what is a shorter game that I've been meaning to get around to? There's like two of them. One, I have been wanting to actually play through Undertale for a while. Like I've already watched a playthrough, so I already know the story and everything like that. But I've been wanting to get through that properly. And two, Night in the Woods. That's another shorter one that I've been wanting to play. Neither one of them is like on my backlog per se. +1/+1 in his vigilance, and I can cast this card from the grave. And I can like block, get rid of the Triumphant Adventurer. The next level is just scry one, right? Target creature can't attack you until your next turn. You can't play Ishin next turn, guaranteed. Okay. So like those are definitely games that I should take the liberty to actually like play through at some point. I would feel much more accomplished if that would end up. But now I've seen it play Chronicle 2. And I have you. Early Days Collection. So cool. Like, the World Championship games kind of feel a little redundant. But in terms of game preservation, it's great. Like, I don't mind. I played the hell out of those games originally. Oh, God. I love longer project build-up games. I love games where you start with something, like, less than ideal. But then you build up as you go through. Not like classic RPGs that I'm thinking of, where I'm not thinking of your classic JRPG where you have a cast of characters and you start small, but then you get stronger and unlock more abilities as you go. I mean, like, just you have a thing that is typically customized, right? Like a start deck, but then you play through and you make a good deck as you go. Alright, opponent has elected to not. I could probably, like, discard this land if I really wanted to. Discard a card to draw a card? I don't know that I need to. I kind of like having this land. Although I guess discarding a land is actually just like... Discarding the 4th land is probably the best. I don't need a lot of land, especially now that I have protection up. There's something to them potentially blocking with a Triumphant Adventurer, but given that I'm currently being roped, I don't think that's very likely. I could always use the Static Prison to exile it, I guess. Which, hey, you know what? If they end up actually playing through something, maybe that's what I do, but no. It's just a roper. Could you imagine? Heck, fun. This is a deck that can bully folks, I think. That's the problem with having like 2 forever games. Like, I've got 2 hands, but then what if I want to like hold a 3rd thing? It's so silly. Oh, it's Clothis. This will be either amazing or horrible. There is no in between here. Also, I think this is actually... Do I actually... mulligan this? I think I do. Land tax and mana tithe. Hello. Also got clever Lumin... Sir. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go turn 1 land tax. Turn 2 Luminancer, just in case they are also on the red build. Then I can hold up Mana Tithe. I'm currently on 2 lands, so land tax guarantee drawing additional lands. Military discipline. If they go turn 2 into the north for land, that's pretty great for me. This gives flying and +2/+2. Solitude may just end up being a dead card. Like, I'll let them ramp. I'll let them ramp for a turn if it means I get to pick up some extra duders. Oh, I didn't. I was originally mulliganing so I could draw protection. Utopia Sprawl. That is ramp without actually letting me have a land tax, which is kind of amazing. Resolve. Untap. Prevent all damage to be dealt to it this turn. I could. Okay, this is actually just like silly. Alright, it's about sending a message. This may be wrong. This may be wrong. I may be supposed to just jam Bergone like ASAP. But drawing the Jera's Resolve is amazing here. Fanatic of Ronus. Okay. Solitude is no longer a dead card. So, what are we pitching? Could be Disciple, I think. It's probably pitch Disciple. 1-0 and first strike is not irrelevant. Alright, well, go ahead. Play the Glacier. Fanatic of Ronus. This is currently at 2, which means this doesn't tap right away. I'm going to do it anyway. If they try and protect the Ronus, then I can still mana tie them. Again, I might be playing this a little too cautiously. There is something to be said about the fact that they know that land tax is what's going to enable me to just like be able to do anything and everything. Scalding Tarn can go ahead and grab. Ooh, it does grab an unbasic land, so they can mana tithe effectively. Oh, that's an Anarchomancer. Winter Moon. Sure. Pass the turn. I know I'm enabling them to play additional lands, but I am significantly less likely to hit those extra lands than they are. They can play Clothis, and they can, like, eat cards out of my graveyard. I'm not worried about Winter Moon being the issue here. I would really love to use these offensively, though. Wait and see. Jera's Resolve also untaps the creature, so, like, we can let Brigone's Heroic Resolve and then tap her to draw a card immediately. Yep, that's Clothis. Cast this during your main phase, the creature gains flying. Mana Tithe is very quickly falling off here, but you know, you never know. There's going to be moments where they go for the Haymaker and they're like, they don't have mana. And lo and behold, we do have. Alright. Lightning Bolt. Ah, they already did the untap. God damn it. They can use the Anarchomancer to block the Luminancer to save themselves a life if they really want. I really wanted to try and draw some extra cards off of the Burgone, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. They can go ahead, eat spells out of our graveyard. Give me 2 damage. I know how this summon dance goes. The question just becomes, alright, well, how much do you actually have on you? During your turn, you and this creature have hexproof. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Clothis having Clothis being on board is kind of problematic. Kind of, not really. Sword of Fire and Ice just factually. Oh, I could have countered that shit. Oh, Ripperonis. All right, let's go ahead and. +2/+2. If it's bargain, creature also gains lifelink. No, I think that's fine. Oh god. I can't believe I missed my chance to get rid of like their biggest value engine. Unfortunate. Sword of Fire and Ice makes it a 6/6. I could go block with Burgone. I think that's what I have to do. Alright. 2 damage. They could shock Burgone if they want. I would prefer that they don't. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, he deals that much damage to any other target. The player's dealt damage is... Did I miss my opportunity to counterspell again? I did. I can't believe I keep goobering this up. Alright, 5 damage to me. I can't gain life. That's fine. I don't gain life to begin with. I need to, like... I really need to tighten up my play here. That's 2 cards that I could have stopped with Mana Tithe. And now with Domri out, I just can't actually stop creatures, period. Not exactly what I would call a winning stratagem here. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, 4 damage. Alright, well, Gainjo helps. Let's go combat. I guess... Go ahead, solve it like this. This is currently a modified 2. We're struggling. We're struggling right now. It looks like they're kind of dedicated to just, like, not getting us the land tax, though.
Have at it, boys.
Now this Mana Tithe just kind of does. Actually, that would have been... Alright, go to combat. Swing over here. Swing over here.
We will rise again.
And play an extra land just so that way we can have Mana Tithe back up, I guess. I mean, they've got 5 mana. Is 4 too risky? Does 4 like actually give them the ability to shoot Burgone? Am I messing that up with that? 4 damage. Yeah, okay. Alright. Shoot. Helping Hand. Helping Hand does not do anything. From and get it. Oh my god. This is literally just the deck that I was playing earlier in the stream. And like, I have to deal with the consequences of that now. And now creatures just can't be countered, period. So Mana Tithe has completely lost its ability to do much of anything. Jump scare, 2/2, and... Alright. I need to... get rolling. This is just my life right now. This is just my life right now. I had to deal with too much other bullshit. Alright, Shadow Spear, that doesn't actually do anything. One more enchantment though and Colossus starts getting real jiggy with it. How are we flooding out? How? It's actually like astonishing. Astonishing when you think about it. I just have to. I can't afford to not use any of this to try and win. Alright, and then Max... Oh, wait, no, they already ate the enchantment. Shoot. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get rid of Rhythm of the Wild. That way, Colossus can't animate. That way, they don't get haste. Don't get big. Hate it here. I hate it. I am trying. I am trying so hard. Oh my god. Hopefully we draw something. Cartouche is not that thing. Helping Hand gets Clever Lumancer big again. Make Burgundy big again. Like, we can get there. We can get there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything. Just anything to keep the good times rolling. They can just, like, Bolt our face, though. Like... We are at the point where if they just have Bolt in their hand, then we have lost. Hey, you know what? Fair enough. I spent too much time futzing around with Planeswalkers and Minskin. Boo! Yeah. Okay, the Authority of the Council is like the one thing that saves us. Like literally the only thing that's saving us right now. So, like, they could put counters on the hamster. That's what they probably should do. No. Okay. Oh, God. I might actually just play this Mana Tithe. Let's see that. Here's an Enduring Bond Warden to put a counter on the Luminancer, so that way the Luminancer actually does stuff. Now the Luminancer can actually threaten on its own. That's pretty great. So, like, there's an... argument that I should probably leave Misk and Boo out specifically, because then they make a hamster that gives me life each turn.
How did this happen?
That is a very real thing that, you know, is worth considering potentially. But I'm also just like dying next turn. Oh god, it's... Well, hold on. Yeah, they still have Misk and Boo, and they have so many cards in their graveyard that they can grab. Oh my god. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Alright. I'm gonna have to, like, pull something out of my ass here. Maybe I could have, like, scryed. So, this is just variance, right? This is just the variance of this could have been anything. But if I had thought about it and played it just a little bit more tightly, what I could have done was end of turn, draw the Sheltering Light, play the Sheltering Light on my upkeep, try and draw, make sure I draw into a thing, and then Shadow Sphere just like stabilizes me forever. You know, just micro things that ended up costing me the game long term, but still alright. Like, opponent played that very well. That's how the Cloth this red deck wants to run. Medicant Core Guidelight again. Well, the good news is we don't have to try and mulligan specifically for protection. Let's see, this is a reanimate. This is protection. Sorcery. Ginger Brute. Hopeful Eidolon is also an out here. They want to play Medicant, right? They want to play Medicant. They might choose to exile Burgundy with like a Swords or something. A Witness be a little hard to deal with. Rogue is only if I target it, right? Yeah, whenever I cast a spell that targets. Okay, so they are going with Medicant. Interesting. How do I want to deal with it? I have combat tricks. I have indestructible. Esper Sentinel help out a lot. Ginger Brew can force through a lot. I think I am girding for battle here. And then... Land drop is exactly what I wanted. Land drop exactly what I wanted, so now I can go ahead and use this Wing of the Cosmo, the combat trick. Esper Sentinel is also potentially going to draw his cards now that he's powered up to 2 mana. One more, we can get a Hopeful Eidolon to start racing. Moon Snare. They're not going to pay the 2. They are going to pay the 2. Okay. So that's going to let the Ginger Brute go through because it only costs 1? Yeah, it only costs 1. Going to make it so the Ginger Brute can't be blocked. No. Okay. Well, if that's going to be the case... Alright. Sweet. Pass the blockers. Block. Damage. Still has 4 toughness, so I can eat a counter, no problem. And we'll do that now. It's free real estate. Fragment Reality. Exile target non-token artifact, creature, or enchantment. Let's do that now, so that way they don't have a blocker. This might grab him a Mox. They'll probably grab him a Mox. Oh no, it doesn't even grab him that. Okay. Here's Giver of the Runes, Indestructible. I want to make sure that we are insulated against potentially Wrath of God. But once Giver of the Runes drops, we're just fine. No, that's just going to cast Metacant again. Well, if that's their prerogative. Arrester's Zeal. Did I already? I forgot to. I forgot to draw a card with Burgone again. I mean, is that really like a downside? Yeah, you don't want to eat that. It's an extra point of damage in my favor. Guess if I'd gone, what, 2-2, that would have been 3, they're down to 5. Yeah, that would not have been lethal. Might have been close to lethal, but it's not lethal. But more importantly, Giver of Runes currently offers protection. I probably just keep trying to draw cards with Burgone. I think potentially hitting another +2/+2 is good. It's a little awkward if I have to use the Giver of Runes for Pro White while the Hopeful Eidolon is on, I guess. And then I just like get another creature. I love this deck. This deck plays kind of like Feather and Geist of Saint Traft, but it plays it in a way that's a little more ubiquitous. That might be the right term. Like, the opponent is not going to be able to use Metacant or anything specifically. Let's see if they pay for this. Destroy all tapped creatures. All tapped creatures. Okay. You have eaten the Esper Sentinel. Okay. I guess that is like really tricky because I can always protect Burgone and Giver of Runes. I'll take another land. Alright, so we're just gonna go completely ham then. And then... And this is actually just lethal. I shouldn't have swum with the Giver Runes just in case they had Solitude, but say Livy. GG's. I guess there was that small part of me that was like, I should not be rude. I should make sure that I go ahead and swing out so that way the game is just over, as opposed to trying to be like that guy that's, you know, got his opponent completely dead, but is still optimizing for some reason. As though the opponent is just gonna live through the night. Because in the dark of the night, evil will find her. Just play 250. I think we got time for like one last game. And at that point, I start chillaxing. I go out to the living room. I get back to work on my book. The book is, I am really excited about book. Gandalf the White and Gandalf the Grey and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Fae. Yeah, that's how the song went, right? Let's see, Panharmonicum. We have Indestructible. We also have Light Wheel enhancements. I think that's pretty. I am just gonna go ahead and put it on the Hoplite first and foremost. Cold Steel Heart. Now I'm doing that very specifically so that way we do just get the engines going. And also so we have some amount of protection here. Ghostly Prison. Well, okay then. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. Can't attack you unless the control pays 2 for each creature that's attacking. Lauren's escape too. How do we want to do this? We want to attack with a favorite hoplite for sure. Yeah, just keep attacking with the favorite hoplite then. Like, I don't want to, but them's the breaks. And a favorite hoplite is currently bigger than Burgone. Reveal a historic card, put into your hand, rest into your grave. Circuit Mender. We're gonna need something to deal with this ghostly person. That is actually just like joking me right now. It might be. Let's see, what is this? When it leaves the battlefield, draw? Well, that helps out a bit. I could Solitude. No, that's my Nikoni! This gets a little awkward. I'm doing this to diversify my threats a little bit. Okay. So then... And I just get, like, extra tokens. Well, I can't attack. I can start cracking these map tokens to try and dig for more land, though. I also just have this ghostly... Each player chooses an artifact, creature, enchantment, and planeswalker from among them, sacrifices the rest. Sure. Let's go ahead and choose an artifact, enchantment. Yeah. Like, yeah, that's fine by me. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Clever Luminancer. I'm not going to need more creatures here. I'm just going to go all in. Go combat. Attack. Autopay the 2. I don't want to do anything preemptively unless they specifically have a way to exile. So... Yep, so this eats the Cataclysm. It eats the Gear Hulk. Probably exile Helping Hand if that's going to be the case. I have Lords of Escape if they try and exile Burgone. Pass the turn. Fairy Godmother is also here. Just like being a friend. Sunfall. Exile creatures. Yeah, that would be one of the few ways to get around that. Yeah, I mean, if that happens, then, like, what are you gonna do? They only have, like, what, 2 of those that they can run? Esper Sentinel. I mean, if this is actual factual... Oh, it's just Reprieve? Alright. Well, Esper Sentinel can actually do stuff while he's out. If they're just trying to play mono white control with Gandalf as like their wing condition, this is just can't attack you, yeah?
You, the fabric of the multiverse, obeys me.
Okay, now I have to think about something. What would I like to do? Reprieve is funky here since it removes the tax. It's a tempo play. It can be a really, really, really big tempo play. And I don't think I do anything else. Because now I can go ahead and send the Guide Mother at Ugin. Try pumping her up. Like, this is very specifically trying to be gift of food, right? Like, this is very, very specifically trying to be mono white control. Alright, set 2.
I can create or destroy.
Why are they main phasing Gandalf? What are they trying to get at here? I also need to make sure that... Okay. If a legendary permanent artifact entering would cause an ability to trigger. Alright, so I get a Hopeful Eidolon. I can bestow that onto the Fairy Guide Mother. That helps there. Solitude does exile Gandalf. So that way the Dusk Rose does not get 2 triggers. Glass Casket at instant speed. Boo. Okay, so like, I actually just need to use this on the Guide Mother instead now. Boo. And I guess now they can sacrifice the token to get that Esper Sentinel. It is what it is. The good news is we do get rid of Ugin now, and that is going to be a major source of...
This is not my first ending.
Bergone is really fast, but... I don't know. I mean, if all I'm doing is trading with a manifest creature, we're fine, right? 7. I can't cast Bergone and use the Guide Mother. Cast Bergone, cast the land tax. They go ahead and cast Gandalf the White. And that's a portable hull. Yeah, we're done here. I mean, kudos to them. I kept a relatively slow hand, and they survived long enough to get everything set up. And if I can't get Bergone going, well then, that's that. Anyway, thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. Reminder that we're going to be back on Friday. We're taking Fron through A Realm Reborn over on Final Fantasy XIV. And look out in the near future. This Saturday at 2:00 p.m. Pacific. So 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. I am doing my birthday stream with V Chronicle. We're going to be doing some Jackbox. And then, I don't know. Either week or next week, I'm gonna be looking at doing some all-day streaming just because I got Yu-Gi-Oh! I got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, and I really want to play Dungeon Dice Monsters. I really, really, really want to play Dungeon Dice Monsters, and the only reason I'm not doing that tonight is because I forgot how to hook up my Switch to my Elgato card, so I'll be looking at that. And then, yeah, we'll just go ahead and we'll go ahead and end the YouTube video here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to like and subscribe. And then over on the Twitch, Meowtic